interesting to analyze the fact that the Waterrose and Sons butcher shop organ harvesting syndicate brings in literally billions for the MI6 services black budget. So it's interesting to consider. A lot of the money is not actually kept by Waterrose and Sons butcher shop and Devizes police. It is siphoned off into the MI6 black budget, which means the Waterrose and Sons butcher shop operation is overseen by MI6. It's interesting to look at who the biggest customers of Waterrose and Sons butcher shop organ harvesting are. Indeed, this is the most interesting thing. The majority of organ sales from Waterrose and Sons butcher shop organ harvesting is to Russian government functionaries, politicians, and Russian elites who are prepared to spend literally hundreds of millions of pounds on a liver. Now, these are some of the richest people in Russia that are the main clients of Waterrose and Sons butcher shop. So it's all very interesting to consider. See, the transactions are actually done through a Romanian mob dark web operation. So it's interesting to consider all the interconnectivity. Indeed, one of the other networks of major clients for the Waterrose and Sons butcher shop organ harvesting ring is Israeli elites. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, it's all a very strange scenario what is happening in the town of Devizes. Indeed, the Devizes police force are just the thugs who enjoy seeing themselves as gangsters, so they enjoy being involved in this cartel. They don't actually really profit from it at all. They just enjoy being seen as gangsters, which is altogether rather funny to me. Indeed, Devizes police are idiots, really. This is the thing. Their intelligence capabilities are rather minimal, and indeed they have to be directed by MI6 agents such as Morgan Garland, who operates out of Devizes for MI6. Indeed, Morgan Garland is a key operative involved in my targeting and the ongoing surveillance of me being coordinated by MI5 British Security Services operatives here in Warminster. Indeed, I am under constant surveillance by MI5, and they have even set up a house just around the corner from where I am living, where operatives do shifts to keep surveillance on me and analyze my behaviors in view of an eventual commitment to a mental hospital, which is apparently in everybody's interest. So it's all very interesting to consider. I just have to stay free for as long as I possibly can and work on this exposure of Devizes for what it is. Indeed, the Roundway experiment is still operative today, despite these revelations. Indeed, MI6 desperately want to cling on to their Mindgate programming operations in the catacombs beneath Roundway Asylum. Indeed, a lot of this programming and experimentation takes place directly underneath the current Green Lane psychiatric facility, which is still very interesting to consider. Indeed, the Labyrinth cult are operative in those catacombs also, so occasionally Devizes police operatives are given clearances to rape the mental patients. Indeed, it seems that Devizes police, the only thing they're really concerned with is raping vulnerable people, which is altogether very concerning. Indeed, I myself was raped by 9 constables of Devizes police in Melksham police custody on the 7th of September 2020. Indeed, these constables were led by a police operative called PC James Spencer, who is chiefly operative to oversee Walter Rose and Sons butcher shop. And indeed, when he found out in early 2020 that I had set my sights on the comings and goings and the activities of Walter Rose and Sons butcher shop, he began a campaign of sustained harassment of me, including following me around the town at all hours of the day or night. Indeed, BC James Spencer became rather obsessed with me, and I also believe he had a sexual fetish regarding me, which is altogether really quite disturbing. Indeed, PC James Spencer is chiefly operative for the British government, attempting to work out if I am a Russian spy, which is all very interesting considering, to begin with, I am not a Russian spy. I operate for the Cosmic Intelligence Services, i.e. a network of parapsychotic mental patients. And indeed, it's interesting to consider that one of the biggest clients of the Walter Rose and Sons organ harvesting ring, overseen by Devizes police, is actually the Russian government. So it's all very interesting to consider indeed. The Russian government have issued a kill order on me if I was ever to reveal the interconnectivity between Putin and Devizes. However, I am doing so indeed. Putin was supposedly born in Devizes, which is all very interesting to consider. Indeed, it's all a rather strange scenario, all of this, and I'm not entirely sure what to make of it. Indeed, if you consider that MI6 are running the Roundway experiment and overseeing the Walter Rose and Sons butcher shop, it's all very interesting to consider the interconnectivity between MI6 operatives and Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst operatives. Indeed, what with the presence of various DVD mind control programmers in the catacombs beneath the Roundway Asylum complex, indeed, there are hundreds of Nazi specialists located in these catacombs, including programmers, technicians, and researchers, all attempting to blast holes in space-time, utilizing the psychic abilities of mental patients to attempt to do so. So it's all very interesting indeed. These Russian mental patients that are imported to Devizes are specially selected by teams of Nazi specialists in the Russian Federation who are personally operative for Putin's boys, despite actually being clearance levels above them. So it's interesting to consider indeed, in terms of the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst hierarchy, these Nazi specialists are actually clearance levels above Putin's boys. However, they operate in Russia with a special license from Putin himself, who is a Sabbatean, though he's most probably under electroshock therapy from DVD agents overseeing him to keep him in line. So it's all very interesting to consider indeed. Putin, therefore, could be regarded as a mental patient because he's undergoing electroshock therapy from his Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst handlers. However, I'm not entirely sure where that man's loyalties truly lie, which is all very interesting to consider, and the fact that he's personally licensed these Nazi specialists to oversee the trafficking of mental patients from secret psychiatric facilities in Russia to the Roundway experiment in Devizes is all rather disturbing and basically says rather a lot about the cartel and the fact that the cartel run Russia. And who is overseeing this cartel? My guess would be IG Farben elements, i.e. NW7, therefore DVD elements. Indeed, the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst do seem to be running everything in terms of international criminal syndicates. The only places they don't have so much power are over Chinese syndicates. Indeed, there seems to be a conflict going on between Chinese syndicates and the Western secret societies, which is all very interesting to consider in terms of the global political climate, this ongoing conflict between certain Chinese syndicates and Western secret societies. Indeed, it seems the Western secret societies are scared of Chinese syndicates in terms of the transfer of power potentially from the West to the Chinese. So it's all very interesting indeed. I'm not sure about my former theories of the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst having majority percentage control over the Chinese Communist Party. It seems that this theory may be null and void. So it's all very interesting to consider. However, China is a laboratory, and Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst observers do learn about the way to coordinate a techno-fascist police state from the Chinese system. So very interesting indeed. This is an intelligence war, including parallel dimension intelligence operatives who are Nazis operating in this dimension. So it's interesting to consider indeed. These parallel dimensions are open via a portal underneath Roundway Hospital grounds. So it's interesting, underneath the Green Lane Psychiatric Facility, there is a portal to a parallel dimension, which is all very interesting to consider indeed. Devizes is an experimentation zone where mental patients are experimented on by Nazi psychiatrists and programmers, overseen by the British intelligence services, i.e. MI6. Indeed, the Cecil family are totally in the loop about all the activities in the catacombs beneath Devizes. Indeed, the Roundway experiment is a personal project of the Cecil family, so it's all very interesting to consider indeed. The Cecil family are the key protectors of the British royals. Indeed, the Cecil family are operatives for the Crown Temple, and therefore are overseeing much of the operations domestically and abroad of the British intelligence and security services. Indeed, the Cecil family could be said to actually control British intelligence in its entirety. Indeed, they are probably the single most powerful family in terms of the intelligence tradition in the United Kingdom. So it's all very interesting to note. Indeed, yesterday I stated about certain targeted individuals being reincarnated Hebrew Holocaust victims. Indeed, this does seem to be the case, that the Stasi-style tactics of the British and American intelligence services are being utilized on individuals who are themselves reincarnated victims of the Holocaust. So very interesting indeed. The Aryan faction has always enjoyed the idea of reincarnating Hebrew commoner ritual sacrifice victims to be sacrificed again by intelligence operatives of Nazi persuasion. And indeed, the majority of the middle and upper ranks of the hierarchy of the British intelligence services are staffed by Nazis and Nazi fetishists, which is all very interesting to consider when we consider the fact of the proliferation of accelerationist neo-Nazi satanic networks at the moment, who are all being handled by British intelligence, security services, special branch and police operatives, directly handled on the ground in Devizes by Devizes policemen. So it's all very interesting to consider indeed. This is part of an ongoing Holocaust. Indeed, the Holocaust never ended, what with the reincarnation of the souls of Hebrew commoner ritual sacrifice victims in the Second World War constantly being reincarnated and then sacrificed again by Nazi elements within British intelligence in Britain and US intelligence in America constantly reliving their Holocaust fantasies. Indeed, it's all very interesting how much actual tacit support there was for Hitler's final solution among the British and US intelligence services. Indeed, there was a lot more support than you would believe. So it's all very interesting to consider this. Indeed, there are rumors circulating that I am a Zionist. I am not. I just have an affinity for intelligent Hebrew commoners and Holocaust victims. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, Russian intelligence are scared of my Itzhak Bentov theories because it flies in the face of whatever Putin and Putin's boys are attempting to promote in Russia at the moment, considering the Aryan faction leanings of these networks. Indeed, Itzhak Bentov's theory of consciousness exploration and the fact that 20 to 30% of mental patients are themselves of a higher stage of evolution is antithetical to the beliefs of the Aryan faction. Therefore, these theories could possibly cause trouble, which is why Itzhak Bentov was murdered by CIA operatives on a down flight. So it's interesting to consider Itzhak Bentov was murdered by CIA operatives on a down flight, who the plane was tampered with, most probably. So it's all very interesting to consider indeed. My own forays into consciousness exploration seem to be taking the form of communication with Catty, my ex-girlfriend. I'm not sure of her heritage exactly, I've speculated on it. However, she may well have been Anglo. Indeed, due to my amnesia, my memory of her has been taken away from me by the professors of Grenville Lodge number 1787 who did an experimental memory erasure on me after mining Catty's and Mishki's exposures of Grenville Lodge in 2012 and 13. Indeed, Catty was killed in the summer of 2012, not long after we began our exposures. And then Mishki popped up. She was murdered in February 2013 by Grenville Lodge professors connected to Charles Stansted of Special Branch, a high-ranking Freemason, whose databases I read while I was investigating a tunnel system beneath Grenville Lodge. So it's all very interesting to consider indeed. These Grenville Lodge operatives are all coordinated by IG Farben, so it's interesting to consider all of the interconnectivity at play here and how this relates to redacted information about the Roundway experiment. Indeed, it's also very interesting to note the connections between Grenville Lodge number 1787 and the organ trade. Indeed, Grenville Lodge number 1787 operates its own tentacles of the organ trade in Buckinghamshire, utilising independent butcher shops in a similar way to Wiltshire. However, I believe that Waterrose and Sons Butcher Shop may be the single most important link in the organ trade in the United Kingdom. And the fact that its main customer is Russian government officials and high Kremlin patriarchs, as well as Russian oil magnates, etc., is very interesting. These people are willing to pay hundreds of £1 million for a liver or a kidney. So it's very interesting to consider. This is a highly lucrative business being run out of Waterrose and Sons Butcher Shop, and all of the proceeds go into the black budget of MI6 for foreign operational use, as well as domestic programs of operated by MI6, such as Mindgate mind control program, and the most obvious one being the Roundway experiment, which is a chief Mindgate mind control programming center. So it's all very interesting to consider indeed. I'm going to leave it there now.